Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to tips from an FTC Pro. That's me, they say. How to be smart and avoid FTC hell. My name is Bill Rothbard, and I'm a former FTC attorney and a longtime practitioner in the FTC advertising arena. The title of this session is no joke. I've been alongside clients who have lost everything in FTC actions and hopefully prevented several others from the same fate. It's a place that you don't want to go to, FTC hell. It's horrible. And the main purpose of this talk today is to explain some FTC pointers and give you some tips on how to avoid that place. We only have 20 minutes in this speed panel format, so I've prepared a comprehensive PowerPoint which covers a whole bunch of FTC and affiliate marketing compliance topics. I'm going to kind of race through it, hitting some of the high points, and then I'm going to come back and focus on negative option marketing because it is the single biggest thing that can land somebody in FTC hell along with high chargebacks and refunds. So I want to focus in most detail on negative option marketing, but we'll start with a speed through the PowerPoint. And for those who want the full detail of the PowerPoint, if you want a copy of it or want me to email you a copy of it, just leave me your card afterward, and I'll be happy to do that for you. So the PowerPoint covers the FTC's powers to regulate, its enforcement priorities, ad substantiation requirements, the clear and conspicuous disclosure requirement, which is relevant to negative option, the FTC's endorsement guidelines, merchant advertiser liabilities, affiliate network liabilities, and best practices for both the merchant advertiser and the affiliate network. An ad is deceptive when it materially misleads consumers acting reasonably in the circumstances. The key takeaway from this is that good intentions don't matter, they're irrelevant. It's a strict liability standard, meaning that if your ad is objectively deceptive to the reasonable consumer, you're liable, even if you thought that it was compliant, thought that it was not misleading. But they still need to prove knowledge of deception or recklessness, disregard of obvious deception in order to obtain a money judgment against an FTC defendant. But for purposes of establishing a violation of the FTC law, they only have to prove that the ad is deceptive and not that you intended for it to be deceptive. Same standards apply to all products and all media. Here's a list of FTC remedies. You have cease and desist orders, which contain conduct restrictions, prohibitions, and 10 to 20-year compliance reporting and record-keeping requirements. If you're under an FTC order now, they will not accept an order that doesn't contain a 20-year reporting requirement so that they can keep abreast of your whereabouts and what you're doing for the next 20 years of your life. Consumer redress, restitution. These days, they won't settle unless you agree to turn over all your assets. Civil penalties, bans and bonds. If you if you settle or are found liable for negative option marketing or telemarketing, first offense, they will ban you for life. They won't give you a second chance to do that. And lastly, so ex parte, meaning without notice, TROs and asset freeze actions where they come in unilaterally without telling you beforehand with armed marshals and freeze your assets and put you under a receivership, and really that can be a death sentence for your business. Here are the FTC's priorities for enforcement: free trials, negative option marketing, dietary supplements, financial offers, grants, biz ops, home loan modifications, debt relief, etc., affiliate deception, mobile, privacy, and a new claim area that they're targeting now are cognitive claims. Brain performance and memory enhancement claims are now a new FTC priority. Substantiation, you need competent, reliable evidence to support a claim, and if it's a performance or health claim, you need competent, reliable scientific evidence. Anecdotes, press articles, money-back guarantees don't cut it. You need actual hard scientific substantiation to support a performance claim or a health claim. For weight loss and disease treatment claims, the FTC is now requiring that a company under order have at least 2 controlled human clinical trials, RCTs, randomized controlled trials to support their future claims. The takeaway here is that if you are marketing a health product or making health claims for a product, you better have at least 1 good controlled clinical trial to support that claim, ideally on the actual formula, if not on the formula, on the active ingredients in the product, in third-party studies that are applicable to your formula. The FTC requires that disclosures and disclaimers be, quote, clear and conspicuous. The 4 Ps for that are prominence. Will people see the disclosure? Presentation, is it plain English? Placement, is it located prominently where a person can see it? And proximity, is it close to the claim that's being qualified or to the order button in case of negative option or other offer term disclosures? A couple years ago, the FTC updated its .com disclosures, which pertain specifically to online marketing, and updated it for application to mobile marketing. I won't go into detail here, but the FTC's updated .com disclosures for mobile marketing are available at the FTC's website, ftc.gov. Okay, now clear and conspicuous negative option. We'll come back to that in a moment. FTC also regulates endorsements, updated its endorsement guides 2 or 3 years ago. The old safe harbor, so-called safe harbor disclaimer, results vary, results not typical, no longer suffices. Testimonials are considered to be typical, and you need to have substantiation that they are typical. If they aren't typical, you have to disclose the, quote, generally expected results of the product. And if you're a blogger or an affiliate and you're getting paid or receiving free product from the merchant advertiser, you're supposed to disclose your financial connection to the advertiser. And if you don't, the affiliate or the blogger can be held liable, and so can the merchant. Merchant advertiser responsibilities include claims substantiation, compliance with the endorsement guides, clear conspicuous disclosure of terms and conditions, including key billing terms, getting express informed billing consent, no pre-checks, responsive customer service, including fulfillment of stated cancellation and refund policies, anti-affiliate fraud policies, and privacy policy terms also need to be clearly disclosed. FTC regulates privacy as well as deception and fraud, and while there isn't a federal law that requires privacy policies, the FTC expects you to have a good privacy policy and to abide by it. The affiliate and the network responsibilities include CAN-SPAM compliance, obviously, endorsement guides, complying with your merchant clients' advertising guidelines, avoiding fraudulent or confusing incentivized marketing. If you're a network, monitoring your affiliates diligently. And if you're a network and you discover a rogue affiliate, a non-compliant affiliate, taking corrective action promptly, including non-payment and termination. The FTC also has what's called aiding and abetting authority over third parties that may not be the direct advertiser but are facilitating the advertising. The authority to hold telemarketers and other third parties liable for a seller's claims in the telemarketing context is clearly established, less clearly established in other contexts, including internet marketing. In a case called FTC versus LeanSpa, the affiliate network is challenging the FTC's authority to hold it liable on an aiding and abetting theory because it didn't disseminate the ads. It was only the network, and it didn't create the ads, and it's not mentioned in the ads. That case is pending, and how it comes down will be a significant precedent for affiliate networks and other third parties. Overlapping advertiser and affiliate network liabilities. They can have cross-liability for each other's acts. Depends on the degree of participation, ratification, negligence, and just turning a blind eye. The affiliate can be liable for an advertiser's claims if they were involved in creating them or had reason to believe that they were deceptive. The advertiser is liable for claims that it tells its affiliates to make. And the advertiser also can be liable for claims that it didn't authorize but became aware that were deceptive that it became aware of and didn't take action to stop. And contracts between merchants and affiliates should include reps and warranties of compliance with the various relevant statutes, the FTC Act, Telemarketing Sales Rule, the TCPA, the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, CAN-SPAM, and so forth. Okay, now let's go back to negative option. If you stick to straight sales and don't do negative option, that's the best way to reduce your FTC risk. Again, negative option, in my opinion, is the single most dangerous, the single greatest risk factor from an FTC standpoint, because they generate much higher levels of chargebacks and refunds, which FTC pays a lot of attention to, as well as complaints. FTC is a very complaint-driven agency. If it sees a lot of complaints, high chargebacks, it's going to question and investigate. If you do negative option, there's still inherent risk for those reasons, but you can mitigate your risk if you do it compliantly. So what is a compliant negative option? There's now a federal law called the Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act, ROSCA for short, which mandates disclosure of online negative option terms. It basically codifies the FTC's standing policy requiring compliant, clear, and conspicuous negative option term disclosure. Requires all material terms, including recurring charges, to be clearly disclosed. It also, ROSCA, the Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act, also subjects violations to civil penalties of up to $16,000 per violation, meaning each non-compliant negative option disclosure, in addition to restitution and disgorgement, so it can get quite expensive. FTC brought its first ROSCA cases last year, has not sought civil penalties yet, but I'm sure it will. So the clearest guidance for a compliant negative option disclosure is under the Green Millionaire Consent Order that was issued a couple of years ago. Requires these disclosures of the product and service description, of the trial period length, the billing terms, the billing entity if it's not the seller, if it's not clearly disclosed, how the charge will appear on the billing statement, the amount and dates or frequency of the recurring charges, all material terms and conditions of purchase and use, and how to cancel and obtain a refund. And the cancellation process must be easy. Also requires the negative option disclosures to be right next to the order button or a checkbox, which the consumer must click or check, attesting or signifying its agreement to the negative option terms. Has to be right next to the order button, or there needs to be a checkbox with the terms stated right next to the checkbox. Lastly, Green Millionaire requires a post-sale confirmation email to go out to the customer, restating the negative option terms, again, clearly and conspicuously. A few months ago, the FTC brought a case against a company called One Technologies, a credit monitoring case. It's the latest negative option case that it brought. The case settled, and the order requires compliance with the Green Millionaire disclosures. To the FTC, conspicuous means unavoidable, meaning the reasonable person, there's no way that the reasonable person could miss the disclosures. The FTC alleged in its complaint that the disclosures, that the terms were not conspicuous, were not unavoidable, even though they were disclosed several times on the website. They were disclosed at the top of the landing page. It's hard to see from where you are, but if you look at the very top of the landing page, you'll see a line which actually contains a statement. This is a free trial. It's a free 30-day trial with a recurring charge of well, it doesn't really matter, with the recurring charge stated at the top. And on the checkout page, right next to the credit card fields where the consumer enters the credit card data, on the right-hand side, in the gray column, you'll see, you may be able to see a box, a white bordered box that says offer details. that restates the negative option terms, the trial length, the amount, the monthly recurring charge, the amount of the recurring charge, and how to cancel. The FTC brought a case against this company, even though it disclosed its negative option terms on the landing page, in the middle page, and on the checkout page 3 times. Why? Because in FTC's opinion, they weren't big enough, they weren't bright enough, they weren't put in the right spot exactly, and as a result, it wouldn't settle unless the company agreed to pay $22 million to settle the case. So the moral of the story is that it's going to be very expensive not to do negative option in the exact way that FTC says it should be done. And that here, it's not just enough for the terms to be clearly stated in plain English or whatever, but they have to conform to the FTC's idea, which they don't really clearly state in guidelines, it's on a case-by-case basis, to the exact color, the font, the size, and the place that the FTC thinks the term should appear in order for them to be, quote, conspicuous. So it's a very heavy price to pay for not having the right aesthetic, so to speak, to satisfy the FTC in a negative option situation. So here are some tips for merchants. My top 5 tips. Number 1, enter in written agreements with affiliates requiring that they abide by state and federal laws and regulations to protect consumers. Again, some of the main ones are the FTC Act, Telemarketing Sales Rule, endorsement guides, the TCPA, CAN-SPAM. The agreement should require the affiliates to clearly and conspicuously disclose the terms and conditions of incentives, points, and so forth, promised to the consumers in return for responding to an ad. They should provide that non-compliant affiliates be terminated and forfeit commissions, and that the network should have a duty to monitor its affiliates and enforce contractual obligations against misconduct. And last, and by no means least, most importantly, the merchant can avoid an FTC case and dire consequences by managing its complaints, honoring its refund promises, and keeping chargebacks as low as possible. That's the best way to avoid FTC hell. For the affiliates and networks, the affiliate needs to ensure that, as best as possible, I know it's a very competitive environment out there, but affiliates can get in trouble and they can get their merchant clients in trouble, so their ads and emails need to be truthful and substantiated as much as possible. They shouldn't publish fake news sites, fake blogs. They should not publish fake news articles. They shouldn't publish false or unsubstantiated endorsements. And they should not infringe third-party intellectual property rights, trademarks, copyright, patent rights, and so forth. So that's my, my fast-talking 20-minute or 15-minute overview of FTC compliance issues and focusing on negative option. I think we may have a few minutes left for questions and answers if anybody has any. Yeah. Come to the microphone.
When you say low chargebacks, what's considered low? Well,
the Visa MasterCard limits are good guidelines. I think Visa's 1% or 1.5%. MasterCard's under 2%. Above 2% in the U.S. is outside the Visa MasterCard limits, within international limits. Certainly, if chargebacks get up in the range of 4, 5, 6% over a period of time, it's a problem, and the FTC will consider that level of chargebacks to be prima facie, almost automatic evidence of a deception or fraud problem that's occurring. Sure. Yeah.
I have a question back to the top 5 tips for
Pardon me?
merchants. The questions is regarding about top, yes. So the bullet number 2.
Yeah.
Does it mean that the affiliates have to disclose how much they get paid per placing
No.
in that? No? Okay.
Well, no. It simply means that whatever the rules of the prize or the incentive promotion is, they need to be disclosed.
But not necessarily what advertisers are paying them, right?
Not what the
Okay.
affiliate is being paid for
Okay.
the promotion, correct.
Okay,
Although
thank
if
you.
the affiliate is being paid by the merchant, and obviously the affiliate is being paid on some basis by the merchant, under the endorsement guides, the affiliate should disclose that it's it's a sponsored page or a sponsored email.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Sure. Any more questions? Okay. I think we're right on time. Any more questions? Okay. If anybody would like a copy of the PowerPoint, which is much more comprehensive than I had time to go into, just feel free to leave me your card, and I'll be happy to email it to you. Thank you very much. It's hard to see you out there. Thank you.